John and Craig, great to have you here today.
Thanks. Good to be here. Good to be on camera because I didn't know we were going to be on camera.
I know.
That's okay.
Surprise.
Surprise. Yeah, okay.
So you've joined us to be a part of the Dunedin Stories podcast. We're very excited to have you here. You've always been an early adopter of things in our little city. You were one of our original youth employment success employers.
Yes. We still have got youth employees.
Yes.
Got young Jack. He's definitely youthful.
Nice. Yeah.
And me, I'm not youthful.
You were one of a very early retailer who moved into e-commerce stores many years ago. So you're a bit of an early adopter. So it's great to have you here at the start of this series. So Craig, what we're going to do today is not dig too deep, but we're going to ask you some...
You can dig away.
Questions.
Do a Joe Rogan on me.
Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan.
No, we won't do a Joe Rogan, I promise. So let's get the start underway. Who are you and what do you do and what's your Dunedin story?
Craig Latta. I own Watercooled Sports, which is a little water sports store down on Portsmouth Drive on Kitchener Street. Watercooled has been there since 89. Tony and Miles Rapley started it up.
That's like only 15 years ago, isn't it, Craig?
Is it? I think it's more than 15.
I think it is.
Yeah, it's a long time ago now. 89, yeah.
89.
They started just doing windsurfing stuff back in the old days, but now we've sort of, because things change, we've had to diversify. Now we do windsurfing, wing foiling, which is really popular. Got a big roof rack section with tule. Kayaks, paddleboards, and disc golf.
Disc golf.
Which I'm completely addicted to. But we might talk about that later as we go.
Yeah.
So I took that over from Tony about 9 years to September, I think. Mm-hmm. And it really is odd. It came from... My daughter was mad keen on doing rowing when she went to high school. So she was going to OGs, which have got a really good rowing program. Great school, by the way. And so a friend of mine, his daughter was also doing rowing, and he said, Craig, my friend Bruce Manning, works for Jade, there we go.
Yeah.
Good local company too.
Yeah.
He said, okay, so what are you going to do when you drop them off like about 5 or 6 in the morning? I said, I don't know, man. He said, well, I paddleboard for fitness. And I said, what's paddleboarding? So he took me out, here's a spare board, went paddleboarding, loved it, bought a board the next day. Just did lots of paddling. We used to live down West Harbour Way in St Leonard's. Then I started up a little paddleboard school, teaching people how to paddleboard. Did my paddleboard as an instructor certificate. Then one day I was out paddling on the harbour with Tony Lindbergh, just off Quarantine Island, I think, off Back Beach at Port Chalmers. And Tony said, had this place for a long time. I'm thinking about maybe retiring, Craig. Do you want to buy it?
Wow.
And I did.
Yeah.
And that's it, yeah.
So that's like your aha moment. Did you think about going into retail before
No,
that?
I had no idea. Yeah. No idea. But that's where I ended up.
Yeah.
Coming from real estate too, working for Ray White down in Port Chalmers, which was a good company to work for as well.
Yeah. No, you're naming some good companies in Dunedin. Thank you for that.
I'm trying to name drop as much as I can.
That's quite helpful.
Yeah.
Hey, so 9 years and growing a business that you've taken over and put your own personality and culture into it.
Yeah.
You would have hit some bumps along the way and learned some lessons. Have you got any stories to share?
Bumps like COVID.
Yeah.
COVID was tough.
It was more of a mountain than a bump, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we were quite good. We were looked after pretty well by the government, looked after us retailers, which was really good. I leased the building through the DCC. The DCC were really good about it. So, they were great. But coming out of COVID, it was tricky because people were stuck in the country. We're still in lockdown. We couldn't sort of leave. And people wanted to buy stuff, but we couldn't get stuff because most of the factories we get it from overseas had been shut down for ages and couldn't operate. So the first summer we had so much demand and it was really hard to meet it. And then since then what's happened is freight costs have just gone up through the roof. I think some of the freight companies just maybe use COVID as a good excuse to chug the costs up and they haven't brought them down again. So that means our margins have dropped back a lot. We've had other things like we've got the big chain retailers to cope with now who bring all this cheap rubbish from China. They basically just send a boat over there that's quite nice and they copy it and put their own brand on it. And it's been really hard again getting across the message, because we, as much as we can, use New Zealand made goods, like we use Mission kayaks made in Palmerston North. They do cost more, but they're effectively going to last you several lifetimes. It's really hard getting the message across about the difference in equipment to people and what's good and what's not. Because someone may go into one of these places and buy a paddleboard, for instance. They'll take it out and find that it's completely useless. Doesn't suit them, and then it sits in their garage and goes on trade in 6 months. Whereas they come and talk to us, we can make sure they get on the right stuff and they get out there and they actually enjoy stuff.
Yeah, it really is your point of difference, isn't it?
Yeah, everything in this shop we use ourselves in the outdoors, and we don't bring it into the shop until we've taken it in the outdoors and thoroughly tested it.
You've trusted it.
Yeah. So, because we don't want our customers sort of being caught short out in the water sort of thing. So that is that point of difference. So we can offer genuine advice about what's best for people.
Support local, love local. It's got to be something that we're...
Well, if people don't, there'll be no local.
Correct.
I know lots of retailers out there, like they are struggling, and they're struggling against some of the big guns in the market that are bringing all this cheap stuff. And, sometimes it does cost a bit more, but the quality is usually better if you can think, long term.
Yeah, and you're investing into the future of the city and the people as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, about that, are you a Dunedin born and bred lad?
No, I came from Oamaru. Oamaru. Born and bred in Oamaru. Wasn't such an interesting place when I was there, but now it's a pretty cool little place, actually. It's really cool. But I went to uni here. We came here when I was 17, went to uni, and haven't left since then.
Yeah. Got their claws into you, and that's it.
Yeah. I just love Dunedin. I don't think I was up at Auckland on the weekend. God, save me. I'm not to be started on that, but I'd choose Dunedin. Wellington's quite nice. I quite like Wellington, but Dunedin is super cool.
Yeah,
we've got everything here, which is the best thing. I think it's because and I've seen it. I travel around a wee bit around the world, that places by the sea tend to be a bit quirky and out there. I don't know whether it makes people more creative or something. It just helps the creative juices flow, but it just seems to be more quirky and more interesting than places by the sea. And I think that is the same with us. We've got some really cool things happening in Dunedin. If you just wander around, all the amazing murals all over the place, and little startup businesses, little IT companies, like Balancing Monkeys, that's a really good one.
Yeah, you've got a particular connection to that one?
Yeah, my daughter may work for them. So Google that, guys. They've got a new game coming out early next year.
And obviously you brought your family up in Dunedin. And
Yeah. Sarah went to Queen's, Annabelle went to Otago Girls.
Okay.
And both got good educations out of it.
Yeah.
They offer different schools offer different things, which is cool.
Yeah, no, we're very lucky with schools, aren't we?
Yeah.
So do you think Dunedin has made a particular mark on your business? Do you think it's unique to having a Watercooled sports-like organisation here?
Well, I think it is more so because of the water, because our shop is like literally 10 metres from the water. So we can do paddleboard lessons, wingfoil lessons, windsurf lessons, just walk out of the shop and you buy the water. So that's probably unique to a water sports store in New Zealand. I don't think there are any others. I know most of them in New Zealand that have our location.
Yeah.
It also means that someone wants to demo something, we can just shove them out into the harbour for a while.
Yeah. And that's an offer that you have, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Free demos. We'd rather people would try stuff before they buy it, because there's no point spending a whole lot of money on stuff, getting it home, taking it out, and then going, oh, this is bloody horrible.
Yeah. And there's some pretty awesome people that are in the water sports world in Dunedin that you're obviously going to be connected to as well. Have you got any particular stories or anything you want to share with us?
Stories?
Yeah. Dunedin
on the water.
Light on the water, yeah.
Life on the water. I think the coolest thing about it is the wildlife in Dunedin. You see so much wildlife when you're out kayaking or surfing or paddling. I know a few years ago now, I ended up paddleboarding off Second Beach at St Clair and ended up paddling with a couple of southern right whales, which was cool.
Wow.
Yeah, mate, so one of my friends, Shay, was down there. He put a drone up and it ended up on the news, TV1 News, TV3 News, got on the BBC, which was sort of good, apart from the fact that the whale, one of the other blokes, I won't say his name, was out there and then he got taken out by the whale's tail. And the drone picked it up, made it on the news the next night, and Doc weren't very impressed.
No.
Apparently, you're not allowed to get that close to whales. But we didn't really know, so we just thought it was pretty exciting. But that was cool, just sort of lounging about. It was a beautiful, calm day off Second Beach with 2 whales.
What an incredible story and memory.
And the one thing I take from that is that I was probably like from here to there away from the whale, looking at its eye, and its eye was watching me, and you could just see the intelligence, like it was this, people that kill whales and don't like you.
No.
But like, what an amazing creature. And it was just like a little teenager, so we still thought it was pretty big. So yeah, that was cool. Like you see sea lions and all sorts of things all over the place. Penguins.
Yeah.
You get little blue penguins off Watercooled. Seals come and lounge on our ramp sometimes. You don't really get that anywhere else. So we're pretty lucky.
Yeah, we are. So look, we've heard that retail's hard and we know that, and we need to get out there and shop local. But what else is happening around your industry, sort of innovation and change and perhaps some new water sports that are on offer? Or?
Yeah, there has been a bit of change. I mean, traditionally, wind sports in Dunedin was all about windsurfing. Like you get like 50 or 60 people out windsurfing on the harbour back in the early 90s. Now that's sort of dropped back. Kite surfing has gone through a phase, but now it's all about foiling and wing foiling, which is basically a wing's like a little sail you hold in your hand, that you hold it up, the wind picks you up, generates speed, you've got to fall under your board. As you generate speed, the foil generates, like the America's Cup, foil generates lift, up you come on the foil, and it's literally like, the first time I came up on the foil, it was like, I said an expletive, because it was like, it's like you're on a hoverboard, you're Michael J. Fox on a hoverboard, and you're literally flying across the water. It's a crazy feeling.
Hard to do? Like...
No.
You're making it sound easy, Craig.
Yeah, I do. If you're doing the right way, then no, it's not. Like we've been up in Auckland the weekend. I saw Alan, who owns the Mad Loop Windsurf and Wingfoiling School on the North Shore.
Yeah.
Good guy. Probably the biggest windsurf windfoiling school in New Zealand. And they put heaps of people through. We were there, just amazing. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I took away from that, there was like all different ages. There were like little kids who were like super amazing.
Yeah.
Made me feel bad. But they were like men, obviously young blokes, but also men, there were women, all ages. Like I think the oldest, he said, wingfoils up there was like 70. Teaching them all. And if you go through the right process, then you definitely can do it.
Yeah.
And so wingfoiling has been big, which is good. The other thing that's been big, which has come out of the blue, is disc golf. I'm not sure how Water Sports Store gets involved in disc golf, but happened upon it just by chance in Tiana through one of my nieces who pointed out a disc golf course. I thought there's only one disc golf course, which is in Queenstown.
Yeah.
There's about 100 disc golf courses.
So explain, short version, what is disc golf?
Disc golf is like golf, but you're throwing frisbees.
Okay.
So with golf you use clubs to hit the ball. You're throwing these frisbees, and we call them discs, do different things.
Okay.
So the further away you use like a driver, just like you use a driver off the tee in golf.
Yeah.
And so most people who play a lot will have a bag full of about 30 discs, which is going to get my head around.
Yeah.
But it's one of the biggest growing sports in the world. In Norway, which is about 5.4 million people, we're about 5.3 million in New Zealand. They have, I believe it is 600 disc golf courses. And the other exciting things, they have 194 stores that sell disc golf.
Wow.
So getting my head around that is quite amazing. Like some of the bigger companies would sell over 1 million discs a year. So when you think about 1 million discs a year, they're selling the disc for like New Zealand, like $30 or $40 each disc, times 1 million, times like another 10 companies that are sort of similar. You start to do the numbers and you start thinking, holy.
There's a nice economy going on there.
Yeah, and the good thing about disc golf is you can do it with one disc. Nearly all the courses are free to play.
Right.
So, and again, it's a sport for everyone.
And how big a land piece do you need?
Not that much.
Not like a golf course?
No. Some are on golf courses. They share golf course spaces. But we've got 2 courses, Chingford Park, little 9-hole course, and also at Brockville Park, which is 9 holes as well.
Great.
And they're getting busier and busier and busier. So, yeah, we stock disc golf discs, and it has been one of the really biggest growing things in our store, which is great.
That's nice.
They're all pretty cool, relaxed people. Good club in Dunedin Disc Golf Club. Hop onto Facebook, join that. That's really good. But yeah, they have tournaments.
Yeah. Watch the Olympics. It might become an Olympic sport. Who knows?
Like I went to the Nationals in Invercargill early this year. There were 260 people there.
Jeepers. Okay. So it's definitely growing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really actually really good to bring people to the town. Like I know Waimati's got 2 disc golf courses now.
Yeah.
We've been to a couple of tournaments here. I think their first one has 60 or 70 people. So the amount of money that they bring into a little town like Waimati is amazing.
So if people are thinking about Christmas presents,
yes, starter sets, disc golf.
Yeah. Are they online, Craig?
Yeah, all that stuff is online, which is cool. But if you come in and talk to us, we can, because there's lots of choice. So to make sure you get the right sort of stuff, come and talk to us, because most of the stuff that we sell, we throw.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
So what about some Dunedin questions, shall we?
Okay, where you go?
Dunedin fan.
Yep.
So you've got a friend visiting who's never been to Dunedin.
Yep.
What's the place? Where are you going to take them for lunch?
I would probably take them out to St Clair, to the Esplanade at St Clair. If it's a nice day, sit on the outside tables, have a coffee, or just sit inside and watch the waves break in the surf. It's pretty, I think it's a very iconic place to go in Dunedin. I mean, there are some cool places in town, like Ep is a pretty cool cafe in town. Got other cool places that you can, just go and grab a coffee and take out. Common Ground, where we got coffee from today. Nick got the dispensary.
Incredible coffee.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
And other place like, Tartan. Yeah. Go there all the time. Amazing food. Holy, just amazing.
Iconic.
Yeah.
What about a nighttime meal? Where are you going to take them?
A nighttime meal?
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, to be fair, it's actually quite nice down the Esplanade. Salt's quite good.
It's the water that's drawing you there, isn't it?
Yeah, I just like the water. So being near the water is pretty good, actually. Yeah.
So it's probably going to be featured in this next question.
Okay.
But if you want to spend some time alone, if you had a bit of time with this friend, where's the spot that you go to in Dunedin?
I probably my number one spot would be Aramoana. Yeah, great place to surf, but also it's a great place just to someone sit up on the sand dunes and just watch life go by, watch the penguins waddle along, or the sea lions chasing the penguins, or the
it's incredible
seals chasing the humans.
Have you done the walk up to the top?
I have actually.
You
Yeah,
have?
we have done that. Yeah, that was cool.
Is it true that you have to crawl at some points? Like you do have to get on your knees? No?
No, it's pretty crazy.
Okay.
We had a couple of little fantails, Piwaka Waka, who sort of followed us all the way up. So that was pretty cool.
We have only just started recording these Dunedin stories. We've had 5 so far. 4 of the 5 have said Aramoana when we've asked them where they would go.
The crazy thing is a lot of people in Dunedin have ever been down to Aramoana.
Well, we haven't met them yet because...
And let's not tell everyone about it because it's quite nice down there.
Oh.
Like we usually go down to Surfers Beach, which is the first turn on your left as you come into Aramoana.
Yeah.
But the surf's up, you won't get a park down there because there's like lots of surfers here. But yeah, crazy good surf down there.
Pretty lucky.
Yeah.
What about a local Dunedin event that hopefully is in the calendar every year, unless we're told it can't be? But what's
easy for me. Every year, Dunedin Disc Golf Club have their annual big tournament. They've got this year it's going to be based out of the Port Chalmers Golf Club, so setting up a temporary course around the golf club. That's 3rd week of January. There'll be about maybe 70 or 80 people in that.
Well, there might be more now.
Yeah, well, that would be good.
Yeah.
But that's good. Entries are open now for that, so people can jump online and do that. So
and it's just a day of fun, or
2 days, a whole weekend.
Days,
so I think you play probably 2 rounds each day. Each round is like 18 holes, so 36 rounds. So you're pretty knackered after. It's a lot of walking.
Yeah, it will be.
But yeah, lots of fun.
Something in the calendar every year to look forward to. Oh, that's we haven't had that one. So thank you for that plug.
Okay, that's good.
What about the question around if you could share a Spates or an Ocho hot chocolate with a Dunedin legend? They might have passed on already, but they might still be with us.
Yeah,
Who springs to mind?
I did have a heads up about this question, which was good. So I had to think about it. Probably the person, I spent a lot of time thinking, probably the person I would love to, I can't because he sadly passed away a few years ago, was Malcolm Black from the Netherwall Dancing Toys.
Ah, wow.
So, like, when
we've all got that song in our head straight away,
yeah. I love that song. And I was a student when they were at their peak, NDTs, and so I saw them at the University Union. They were like an amazing. We had them, I believe I was at Unicole for a mini ball. We had 2 balls for a mini ball. We had I believe it was the Chills and their little dancing toys playing at a mini ball. Like, it was just insane. So yeah, probably with him. I mean, he was an interesting guy. He did a law degree, started up here. He's born Waverley, I think.
Yeah.
And he was the first music lawyer in New Zealand, specialising in music.
And trademarks.
Yeah, that sort of stuff.
Royalties and stuff.
Yeah, so he was, and they had I just love, they had a really cool brass section, and they did some really cool things with Annie Crummer as well. So I don't know.
Definitely can't get that song out of my head now.
No. So yeah, Malcolm Black. I mean, there are a couple of others, probably Stewie Forster, who I knew from a long time ago. I saw him tackling John Lomu one day at Carisbrook. He was amazing halfback. So people like that, there are lots of them out there. Yeah, too many to name. Yeah.
Have a beer and talk about stuff and things.
Yep.
Okay. Any other Dunedin stories or moments that you'd like to share that you think would be relevant for our audience?
No, I was thinking about this, sort of Dunedin, sometimes the simple things in life are the ones you remember you most. Like, I remember one that sort of stuck with me is probably about 3 summers ago when it was really, really warm. I remember surfing off St Clair. It was like a gorgeous morning, early morning surf. You could see right down to the bottom, it was like crystal clear, and I was sitting out there with a whole bunch of blokes. Derek Morrison, from Box of Light, amazing photographer, great business. Got a few of his books too, actually, for Christmas. Really good. He was out there with his, I think it might be his boy or a couple of his kids, teaching them to surf. And we're just sitting out there, just taking in, just watching people surf and just looking back at St Clair. And it was just like, you don't get many moments like that, but not, there's been some amazing things, concerts at the stadium, which has been pretty cool. But I think that's the one that sort of sticks the most, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Just taking a moment.
Yeah, just sitting out there with kids, teaching them to surf and just talking about life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
So, Craig, if you had the power to do something that you think would improve Dunedin, what would that be, do you think? What would be the thing that you would like to see happen?
Oh, easy, more disc golf courses.
Where would you like one to go?
Well, I can't say this, but there is an 18-hole course in progress at the moment. We're working on. It's not started yet, but hopefully there will be one soon next year. So that's pretty cool. I just know that it gets more people out, and basically out looking and having fun and just having a laugh. So I think disc golf course.
Social connection, something we've been missing a bit of too, isn't it?
Well, it's something. It's a bit like surfing and paddleboarding and kayaking. It's something that you should do. It's an activity that you do that you're in the moment doing. And those sorts of things are good because while you're in the moment doing stuff, you're forgetting about all this other stuff that's going on, work and stuff that's not working at home. And it's just good for your mental health, I think, doing lots more of those things. And if you're out there with chilled, fun people, and it just makes it even more fun. So more disc golf courses in New Zealand and Dunedin, that would be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll add that to the list of requests that we're going to submit through to the council after we finish this series and see how we go. So just to wrap up, Craig, do you want to remind the audience who you are, what you do, and where they can find you and help you continue to grow great business in Dunedin?
Well, Watercooled Sports down on Kitchener Street, just off Portsmouth Drive. We've got a massive car park, and we don't charge for parking.
Yeah.
Quite good like that, because all the windsurfers come and park there for free all the time, which is fine.
No road cones?
No, there's no road cones at the moment. So we're open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5:30 during the week and 10 to 2 on Saturday. Might be open a bit on maybe the odd Sunday coming close to Christmas as we get busy. We've got lots of stock in at the moment. All the stock that we have you can demo. Kayaks, paddleboards, all that sort of stuff. So sitting there, good quality stuff. Where we can, we always buy New Zealand made goods, so we've got a lot of New Zealand made stuff on, which is good. And we just, as I say, we road test it all. So if you're doing something, come and tell us what you want to do, and we'll put you on the right thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Craig.
That's all right.
Really lovely to catch up.
You too, Bex.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, too long.
Really lovely.
For most of us, we're all too busy working, aren't we?
We are. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
And being such a Dunedin fan. And I wish you all the best over this crazy Christmas season.
Let's hope it's bonkers.
I'm hoping it's going to be bonkers for you.
Let's hope so, yeah.
And then you get some time playing disc golf or getting out on the water.
Yeah, a bit of time surfing would be nice, actually. I was talk about surfing. I got me wanting to jump back on the board and get out there again. So maybe that'll happen this weekend.
Lovely. Thanks, Craig.
Cheers.